Darren Weissman, Dr. Weissman, I should say. Welcome on the show, your December to Remember. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much, Margaret. It's my honor and pleasure.
Because there are a zillion topics I could ask you about, because your knowledge is vast and immense. And there's something particular now that we host a show around connection that's I've been pondering upon, and I thought this is what I'm going to ask Dr. Weissman, because it's all about the disconnection from our bodies, because we live in a modernized world, we live in cities, we talk about nature as if it's something abstract, and we forget that we are nature, and we are in a body, or we have a body, but I think we kind of lost contact, or how do you see this?
Yeah, I feel that anytime we bring up the concept of the body, the ultimate disconnection with our body began in our mind.
Oh.
And that everything going on in our body started in our mind. The body is the reflection of the mind.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah.
And the essence of the mind is that there's different parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's different parts of our body. And there's aspects of our body that we can see from the outside, and there's aspects that we can't see. Mm-hmm. It takes special technology to see the bones, or do an ultrasound or an MRI, mm-hmm. or a CAT scan. There's an aspect of our mind that is also invisible. Sure. And that's the part that truly is influencing why people struggle, whether it be being in their body, or why people's bodies speak with particular symptoms or disease. That the body, being the reflection of the mind, requires us to understand or have an ability, a technology that gives us a how to connect with the invisible subconscious mind. And for that to occur, the first thing that we have to do is we have to go, well, why is that valuable? Why is that even significant? Why would I ever want to connect with my subconscious mind? And I feel, Margaret, that these days, people know the power of mindset, recognize that one's mindset affects the health of their body, their marriage, their family, their business, how they view stress. Mindset's everything, yet mindset is driven by 90 to 98% invisible patterns that we carry from, on one level, our earliest childhood, in the womb, moments of conception and birth, things that we don't even remember. Yeah. In our mind, we carry memories of the generations that came before us. Mm-hmm. Our ancestors live within our mind, and the concept of what might be a little bit even avant-garde, that the mind holds the memory of karma, and that being past lives. And so now we go and like, oh, I was diagnosed with cancer, or I was diagnosed with diabetes, or I've got this chronic type of symptomatology of my child is sick, and what do I do? Well, you can do a lot of things, and there's a lot of things that are necessary when it comes to healing the body. Be hydrated, eat healthy, get out and breathe fresh air, connect with other people. Mm-hmm. Yet a factor that I feel many people don't know and don't realize is, to me, potentially most significant, is that contribution to our health or disease based upon the programs that live in our subconscious mind. Yeah. So the deepest connection we can make with our body, mm-hmm. ultimately requires us to make the deepest connection with our minds.
Sure. And just for language reasons, not because I'm not speaking English, but because there are people refer to the mind as only the brains. but actually there's many still.
No,
But
not at all. Not at
no,
all. No, the mind is
explain this, please, because I think it's
and
important.
this is so important.
Yeah.
This is a great point. The mind and the brain are completely separate. The mind's in everything. The brain is this circuitry that integrates all the functions of our body and how we take in information, but the brain is just a conduit of information. It has to the mind's in the brain, but the brain itself doesn't actually mean that it's in the mind. This is what I mean by this. Our mind is a field of energy.
Yeah.
It's an intelligent field of energy. Now, when it comes to us as individuals, we have this field of energy that's called a microcosmic orbit. And that microcosmic orbit is this circulation of energy that in Chinese medicine, there's these pathways that run up our hands to our face, from our chest down to our hands, from our feet, vice versa. But there's these pathways called Ren conception or Du governing that run up the midline. And that pathway of energy that runs up the midline is the internal vibration circuitry of our mind. It's on one level, it's like it's everything, but at another level, it's a little bit how do I just put in perspective? It's an intelligent field of information, and that information field has within it this circuitry that runs it all. It runs up the midline. People have heard of the power center, the chakras. Yeah. They run up this midline of Du governing and Ren conception. And it's the flow of this energy or the resistance to the flow in this energy that affects us. I'm going to get to the brain here, that affects us. When we have memories that are what I call caught in a core limiting belief, caught in a way where the memories are not remembered, where I forgot who I am, we forget who we are. If we really remember who we are, Margaret, we smile all the time.
Yeah.
If I remember who I am, I remember I'm a divine being and that we're all one. You and me and everyone, we're all one. Yet we come to this planet and we forget. And when those memories that live in the heart chakra and the throat chakra and the different power centers, when they get triggered, the first thing that gets hijacked is the heart.
Oh,
yeah. The heart gets hijacked first. And now the heart starts to beat as if I was still 3 years of age. Dad's a raging alcoholic. Mom has massive low self-esteem. And that emotional energy of that memory hijacks the heart. And the heart beats with that vibrational frequency. And it sends a signal up to a certain part of the brain that's primitive. And that primitive part of the brain called the amygdala, hippocampus, the limbic part of the brain where memories and emotions are processed and integrated. When that gets triggered, our brain produces chemicals based upon that particular memory that lives in that energy field. Yeah. So the raging alcoholic, the low self-esteem of mom, our brain produces chemicals that are called peptides, neuropeptides, molecules of emotion, then course through our system. Our system sets up neuroplasticity, wiring that gets cemented as if I'm still 3 years of age in this environment. So the brain is a reflection of the mind, but multiple steps in. It's not a direct reflection. So when we start to understand like the domino effect of first is you and me, everyone, we're energy. Yeah. We're energy. And that energy is oneness, but we forget. And due to different, who knows really the ultimate purpose of why we're here on this planet, the existential crisis of who am I and why I'm here. I'm not quite sure.
To shine, I think, to shine.
To shine and to discover what is.
Yeah.
And to discover the power of love, for sure. And at the essence, I mean, we have this uncertainty principle, which is so beautiful and fun. But the nature of it is, like, the deepest connection is when we can connect to our divine mind. But we forget that we're divine. Oh, there's Margaret, she's over there, and I'm over here, and we're separate. No, we're not. We're all interconnected. We're all part of this vibrational frequency. So it affects us. It affects us biologically, because now my cells are receiving input, not from the present moment, but from a mind that's 3 years of age. And then that shows up as autoimmune disease or insulin resistance or allergies or rashes or chronic shoulder pain. It doesn't matter really what it is. Coughs, unique things that go on in different times, different seasons, different types of arousals or triggers that activate these patterns. And, here we are, we're talking about connection. How do we reconnect?
Yes, that was my next question.
Right. How do we reconnect to this essence? To me, first and foremost, we just got to appreciate that the symptoms of the body are not random. Like in Western medicine, it's something, it's like, oh, you've got multiple sclerosis, you've got lupus, you've got, scleroderma, you've got these names. Where does it come from? And in Western medicine, they call it idiopathic. And idiopathic means I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where it comes from. Western medicine doesn't know where it comes from, because they don't understand the nature and the role of the mind in the essence of symptoms and disease, biologically, mentally, emotionally. So just to appreciate that there's a mind connection, there's a value to know the purpose of the mind. This to me, this is really what it's all about. Connection is what I call the portal. The symptoms of our body, the stress of our life, in our world today. Oh, that's stress, that's a problem, fix it, make it go away, avoid it, pretend it's not going on. No, that's a portal. And the things in our life that suck, they suck. I usually don't do sessions in person anymore. You do it remotely, but a good friend of mine asked if I'd work with her brother, who was diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer, and he has a blood infection, and he was put into this geriatric home, and he was just going deep down the slide of just depression. So I went and I visited him today, and I guided him into this journey and reconnection of his mind. And I helped him set an intention and a focus from this reactive, fear-based frustration, depression, to connecting to his highest self, which his intention, sweet man, George, his intention today was complete love, complete love. And we put a new program in his subconscious mind so that his heart could beat with complete love, his brain could form chemistry of complete love, and then the body could get this information. And the body's designed to heal. Bodies are intelligently designed to heal.
It's beautiful that you say, sorry, I almost interrupt you, but it's beautiful for people to remember, and to notice, yes, that the body can heal. Of course, after a cold, people heal there, but from more serious illnesses, if people believe.
Right. And on one level, it gets scary when you're diagnosed with a disease, when you're in pain, when you're having a hard time breathing. It's scary. There's no joke about it. It's scary. It's intense. And then, and then you go to a doctor and they say this, or family says that, and it's scary. It's a lot of people have lost faith in what's inside, and they put their faith in a pill. And I don't have anything against Western medicine. I think it's beautiful. It serves a purpose. And yet, what if we could produce our own medicine as well?
So what would you say to a listener who's actually in this situation that you just described, like you also like your friend who's like, oh, I'm pulled this way, but I want to experience complete love. What can somebody do? Because you helped your friend. What can somebody who's listening now or watching us do after listening to this interview?
Different people, depending upon what they're looking for. Some people are looking to be held and guided. They need their hand held and guided. And within that, then I would reach out to a certified LifeLine practitioner who specializes in this technology of how to. Other people might be looking for, I want to know how to do it for myself, right? I'm not in an acute situation and I want to learn the ABCs on how to connect to the invisible subconscious mind. I want to learn about muscle reflex testing. I want to learn the roadmap of the subconscious mind. This is a roadmap of the subconscious mind that enables, it's some people want to be held and other people want to be a student of it. And, to me, I feel like teaching someone how to use this for themselves, let alone other people, is the greatest gift that I could ever give someone. That's what I've been doing for the past 20 years.
Yeah. We need you in schools and we need you in universities. I mean,
children, right. Children, that's really the biggest thing. I love the concept of children learning very simple tools about their mind, about their heart, how to process emotions, how to get into the present moment.
Yeah.
How to transform these fear-based patterns, how to set intention. There's how to use your imagination to create a whole new chemistry, a whole new immune system, a whole new hormonal balance. There's a mechanism for it. And I can't teach it in a short amount of time.
No,
and
I know. Where can we find you? Where can we find you, Darren? Because I mean, I would love everybody to dive into your material because it's so rich.
Well, the fun part about it is every week, at least here in the States, every week on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central, I lead a group session with people all over the world. I've been doing it for almost 2 decades. And people can do that for free, at least for the first time. You just go to my website, which is thelifelineCenter.com, thelifelineCenter.com. And you can experience that. And if it's something that you're like, whoa, it's like you did yoga for the first time for your body, this is like yoga for your mind. And so I bring people through a 90-minute process where this is something that you can train your mind like you would train a dog. You can train your mind to think differently and perceive differently versus the reactive 3-year-old, for example, those different imprints or conditions that live in us. So you can go there if it's something that you want to experience a group session. If you want to experience a one-on-one, you can get a one-on-one session. If you want to learn this for yourself, then you can check out the certification that I teach. On one level, professionals, but you don't have to be a professional. You just have to be someone who's inspired to live life.
Yeah.
Just to live life rather than let life just kind of pass you by. Just like this is something that people can learn. So
so let's all connect to this living life, and that the energy we carry, and that it's real. I think some people think it's like, oh, it's too woohoo or it's too this or that, but everybody has this system.
This is just this is just everyone experiences life. Everyone experiences pain. Everybody's body is healing from something. Everyone's experiencing some level of stress, and there's a way to create a relationship with the subconscious part to reconnect with that, whether it be your body so that you can be in your body, whether it be in your marriage so that you can be in your marriage and really have a partnership, whether it be as a parent or a leader of a business or following and living a dream. The reconnection, the connection is anything and everything. It always starts with the mind. Most of the mind is invisible. And so this becomes a roadmap that allows us to make a connection with that invisible dance partner.
Wow. Wow. Fantastic. Yeah, we could could go on for hours. We close the conversation with a lot of questions and a lot of ways to find your work. And I really encourage everybody to look it up immediately and sign up, because yeah, it's important. It's beautiful. And thank you for sharing this with us today and in the world. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Margaret. I always enjoy talking with you, and it's always fun and intriguing. And anyone and everyone that's listening, just even if you ask yourself this question, would I choose to have stomach pain, digestive issues, headaches? Would I choose to have anxiety and depression and overwhelm? No way.
No way.
Not a chance. If you're not choosing it, but it's still going on, then why is it happening? What's not a choice, what's not an action, that's a reaction. The reactive part of us is the subconscious. Now that you know that you're being driven by your subconscious, what are you going to do with it? And so there's things that you can do so that you can change those programs and those beliefs and those emotional loops that are affecting you in the aspects of your life that are most important for you, that are most dear to you. You can change those patterns. You're not stuck. You weren't born to suffer. There's something really wise and beautiful. I call it a gift in strange wrapping paper that is ready to emerge. And then as a result, you'll find it's actually much easier to let go than you ever thought or you were ever told. So thank you for this opportunity, my friend.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too.